Fat burn day. Low intensity intervals. We're not going to be investigating that 80, 90% heart rate. We're going to sit in that cardio zone, that fat burn zone, and we're going to chill there for the entire session. Everything we're doing is a 30-second for a move A, a 1 minute for a move B, several rounds. Looks like we got 3 different chunks of that stuff. Real simple what we need today, just floor space. Enough floor space to plank. Kind of lie down flat, make the push-up position. If you got floor space for that, we're good to go today. You see I have a little chunk on the floor there. Could be a t-shirt, could be a towel, could be a long sock or a belt or anything that can mark sort of a straight line. All right, what else I got? You know, spare sweaty t-shirt from this morning's work. That could do it as well. You just lie down on the floor. Don't put it on the floor yet. We're going to use it as a handoff type of object to begin. If you did steady day last week with Adam and I, you know a little something about this type of work. It's going to be very similar. So expect heart rate to get up quick and to kind of stay in that medium high zone. Perfect for fat burning, perfect for cardio capacity. And really, as I see some confirmation in the comments, y'all feeling how I'm feeling, there isn't much else I can handle today at the end of all the super intense work, several days in a row. So, let us get lit. This will stay there the entire time to remind you of today's mission. And I will admit it, I got my AC on. Feeling wimpy today, so be it. You do whatever your level's at right now, and we'll get lit regardless. Of course I'm wearing it again, because it didn't get sweaty enough. We have to thoroughly test how this thing wicks moisture, and I think today will be where it's at. Super simple first, stand up. Fake deadlifts to get the hamstrings awake and alive. Feet are almost together. We have about a fist width between them. With a flat back, stick your butt out, slide down, find the hamstring length. Come up, give them a good squeeze. Great. Hamstring length, big old stretch on the way down. Come back up, squeeze the glutes again. Complexity today, minimal. So all we're gonna have to focus on is pushing forward, is continuing on in a sustainable fashion. And that's it, we just gotta make it through. Simple. Yeah. We're not doing anything crazy, nothing like yesterday. Stretch, squeeze. We'll get 5 more. Make sure you're acting progressively here, looking for a deeper stretch feeling at every single rep. Free to go. And just like on steady day, we're preparing our breath for slow, deep action. Try not to get the breath too fast or too out of control today. If you find yourself there, you're probably moving with too much intensity, and you can afford to scale it down a little bit. Good. Now we'll go wide. Hands on the knees if you'd like some extra support. Stick the butt out a little bit. Big inner thigh stretch. Get nice and low. Come all the way up. Flex the knees straight. Dip it. Inner thigh stretch, find that. Crack it open. Good, okay. You may be feeling some upper body soreness, I know I do. Today will mostly be legs, mostly lower body at work today. Getting lower with each rep, deeper into the stretch feeling, as we always do with these dynamic warm-ups. 5 more. Crack it open. 4. 3. Perfect. 2. Last 1. Excellent. Now turn it into a split squat by facing one direction. Make sure the back leg is flexed straight. The goal of this, the primary goal, is that hip flexor stretch on the back leg. I'm going to do 8 and up, 7, 6, nice and upright and centered, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip it to the other side. Same work over here. Now it's that other hip side, hip flexor group. Make sure the back leg is flexed pretty firmly straight. Let's go for 8 of them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. How about one last little thing? We can sit for this. Twisting the upper body as far as we can in both directions. We're going to use the knees as a scaffold to push ourselves a little further than we would otherwise be able to go. Twisting to the left, putting the right hand outside the left knee, putting the left hand down on the floor. Using these two to twist our torso further. Back to the center, open up, other direction. Go as far as you can go without the arm help, and then twist. Open up, turn to one side, palm on the knee, other palm on the floor. Get tall, crank it. Good. Other side. Hand on the knee, hand on the floor behind. Get tall, traction in the spine, and then twist it. We'll get a couple more of these. Make sure you go as far as you can without the arms help first, and then you let the arms help. That's the difference between mobility and flexibility. Mobility is how far we can move a joint, just with the muscles surrounding that joint. Flexibility, when we have external help, how far can we go? In a passive way. So make sure we work that mobility first, and then a little extra flexibility with external help from the hands. Last one in each direction. Perfect. Stand up. Great. And I have that object on the floor, that single line now. And you kind of want to orient it so the line is facing the direction you're facing. I'll show you the first 2 moves, and then that timer's on, and all we got to do is get lit. Stay with the pace. I'm on one side, I'm on the other side. Super simple. We're going to make that transition with a 3-step dance. This qualifies as footwork. We're up on the toes the entire time, and we should be light. We should try to keep the hips at one line. instead of bouncing up and down. So think like really controlled jump rope. We're kind of stable, the knees aren't bent a tad, and it's, like I said, a 3-step dance. So when I cross over to the left, my left leg is always first to go. And then right, left. And then right, left, right. 3 steps on either side of that line. And we never cross, so you should never experience that. It's always open in the direction we're moving. Like so. 3 steps for the lit step aerobics. That's the first move. Second move, really simple. We're going to squat as low as you can go. Come all the way up. And calf raise. Squat. Calf raise. Real basic, real symmetric down to center. We can all do this. The depth just might look a little bit different. Totally fine, right? So we're squatting for 30 seconds. You choose the pace, you choose the intensity. Then we're doing the footwork for 1 minute. And that's our cycle for 8 rounds. Super simple, super basic moves, but we will find intensity in that constant repetition. You dig? No need to craft additional variations to make it harder. The only thing you should have your hand on, the only dial, is speed. That's it. You want it to be harder, go a little faster. You want it to be easier, move a little more slowly. But we can vary that the entire time as it goes. As long as we keep moving, we're doing exactly what the title says, that low intensity interval stuff. Starting with the squats for 30 seconds. This is an 8-round ditty. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, here we go. 30 seconds of squat plus calf raise. You don't want to go too fast. 30 seconds does add up. And don't forget, we're not taking rest in between. We're doing the footwork in between. It's just going to go on and on and on. We're going to keep our heads in that sustainable middle throttle setting. 3 seconds before the footwork. Here we go. 3 steps per side. Feel free to look down. Minimize your travel distance. And breathe smooth. This one's a minute. Seconds left. And you should feel that heart already responding. Three seconds, and we're back to the squats. Here we go. Squat plus the calf raise. And already it's lit. It's lit. Immediately calf soreness. I know that's going to show up. For sure. Very good. And footwork. Here we go. Be gentle. Try not to slam too hard. Think of it more as a jog pace. Sustainable speed, that is what it's all about today. I know you could go faster than this if you had to, but that won't last forever. Let's find that middle ground today. Save the intensity for Monday or Tuesday or whatever your next hard workout's going to be. Today's about smooth sailing through a moderate amount of turbulence. Here we go, squat. Calf raise. Wow, those calves are working. Of course, the arches of the feet as well. Just keeping those feet steady. 3 seconds to footwork. Here we go. Move it. 1 minute. Shuffle. Tight belly the whole time. Give the spine some shock absorption. This is one of those sequences I know for sure. If I weren't doing it and I were just watching, I would probably scoff. Huh, how simple. I know. Keep moving though. If it's so simple, we shouldn't be getting fatigued, right? So what's the deal? What are you feeling? And squats. Here we go. Work those calf endurances. Raise those calves from youth to full-grown cows. As long as we keep moving, it's a win. Speed is up to you. Footwork, let's go. Stay in the game. Can be slow, can be fast, can be anything. As long as it's constant and sustainable. It's a very important gear setting to have. Very important skill to have mentally. To find a level of discomfort that you can tolerate for a long time and kind of have the discipline to keep it there. Don't let it break you down and put a lower setting. Don't let it make you impatient or anxious and burn out with a higher setting. Find that center line and just zoom, ride it, stick with it. Here we go. And if you've needed a moment to pause already, we're on the right track. You know you're getting good work, but maybe choose a slightly lower setting. It's all good. Here we go, footwork. Make it happen. Of course, the heels are off the floor the entire time, if that's doable. Minimize your travel space. Loop right around that line. No need to go super far. Precision and efficiency are part of that middle setting that we talked about. So we got to craft the form that allows us to stay constant. Not just about pace, also about technique. We squat. And the heart responds. should. Stay moving. Here we go. You heard the bell. Bell is the boss. Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Yeah, have a little fun. It's another thing we found, and I mean specifically you and I, a little fun can distract from that feeling of discomfort, which is another technical element to help us stay steady in our effort. Cracking a couple jokes on the trail, on the run, in the water, whatever it is. It's a very technical way to increase our efficiency. Here we go. So have a little fun with it. Maybe throw some dance moves in. Maybe think of a one-liner you can send me in the comments once we take a break. Wow. It's definitely lit. You heard the bell. Keep shuffling. Woo, calves. 30 seconds. Hit it. If you got tight arches or bottoms of your feet are not used to this abuse, you are definitely feeling that right now. And that's okay. Just make sure you choose appropriately to push forward or take a little break there. Squat. Always fine to take a break. We only win fitness if we prevent injuries also. So be gentle, be smooth about it, make the right choices, and it's always okay to break. Take a moment, press the pause button, what have you. Here we go. Another thing, if you're home, it's likely you're using a less supportive footwear situation than maybe you would on the street or on the gym, at the gym. I got a couple comments recently. I'm in socks or I'm in bare feet, is that okay? If you're used to using a supportive shoe, it's okay, but prepare to feel something new. Prepare to feel those arches taxed. Those calf muscles, the shin muscle, taxed, unlike it's used to be. It's all good, it's getting stronger, but everything has limits. So set yours appropriately.
Completed.
There we go. First sequence complete. 8 rounds of squat, 8 minutes of the footwork. Take a breather. I'll give us 1 minute off as I demonstrate the next sequence. Yeah, for sure. Like, right there is where I'm feeling that footwork. It's all gravy. It's all nice. Yes, calves. Thank you, Mike. Spicy calves, absolutely. Tapatio calves. All right. About 30 seconds of rest remain. I'll show you the next sequence. We still need our line on the floor. The move for 30 seconds is a long split squat, nice and long. We're going to leave the ground with it, and we're going to switch and land on the other side. Your level is going to determine how high you want to go. This shouldn't be a super intense jump. So think here with the low knee, swap, swap. Got a little arm swing to help me. That's cool too. Don't get so close. Right, we did those superhero landing jumps 2 days ago. Those are killer, but that's not today's prescription. Today we want to put that hip flexor at length. Okay, and this is more bottom of the footwork. You see how that back leg is cranked. The set of toes is getting stretched out while there's tension on it. A lot of responsibility for the foot, ankle, lower leg. So just be aware. If that's not your bag, you can continue squatting, symmetric, or you can do reps in that split squat without the hop. So maybe do like 4, switch, 4 over there, instead of the hops, all right? So you pick your thing, it's all good with me, as long as it's constant, steady state. The minute we're planking on one side of the line, and I want that plank to be very close hands, very close feet. And then here's what we're gonna do. In one moment, we're gonna reach out with the hand and the foot to go wide, around the line. And in one moment, we're gonna hop the left hand and the left foot to a narrow plank. Wide, narrow, wide, narrow. And I do have some compacting front to back. I'm not totally flat here. All right? I need the hip up to give me some shock absorption. Okay? If your hands hurt with that, if your wrists hurt with that, try one limb at a time. And I mean it like so. Maybe arm, leg, leg, arm. Split them up, so there are 4 moves. But if you can, let's do both limbs at a time. We start with the split squat switches, then we progress to the plank with crawling over that line. All right? Another 8 rounds, 30 seconds to 1 minute. Let's begin. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Not easy. This one's a little more technical, so be careful with it. Remember, it's lit, not hit. So make sure this is not super high intensity for you. And crawl. Here we go. Narrow plank, wide, narrow, 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 wide, narrow. Definitely quad intensive. Right off the bat, I'm feeling that. If you're on a slippery floor, be careful with your wrists. Be careful with your hands sliding away. And up. Split squat. Hops or not. Or just a regular squat. Find a way to make it sustainable. Still got this little bounce going on. That's helping me find the lower effort method. Crawl. And also small range is okay, right? Just getting around the line. So second round, I'm making it a little lower effort by being more precise with my aim, so I don't have to travel as far to get around the line. And once again, we have the calves and the feet at length. So you're feeling those arches. And please be careful with the slippery floor. Don't let the hands slide from under you. Make careful transitions. 5 seconds. Here we go. Split squatty. 2 hottie. Find your method and your rhythm. The rhythm. Always landing with soft knees, quietly. Crawl, play ball. Don't let the breath get away from you either. "20 seconds. Stick with me. Stay strong. Mostly in the mind. "5 seconds. Get ready for splits. Here we go. Split squatty, 2 hottie. Find a rhythm. Crawl. Small range. Careful with the hand and the foot placement. Don't let it slide away. Keep the wrists over the shoulders. Sorry, the shoulders over the wrists. "20 seconds. Here we go. You know the drill. Smooth, sustainable, calm, controlled. Not panicking, because we're in control. So we can always set that dial lower. Crawling. Find the lowest effort version and stick right in the middle. 50% throttle. Fifteen seconds. Stand. Here we go. And I'm gonna have to wipe my sweat off the floor so my hands don't slide for the next crawling round. Just be aware that may be a consideration for you as well. Here we go. I'll just move my line actually to get out of the sweat. Keep solving the task. How can I make this lower effort and still keep moving? Still solving the problem at hand, which is getting over the line and over the line in the other direction. Find the cheat codes. Ten seconds. Stick with me. It is absolutely lit by this point. Here we go. Staying strong. Remember, it's an 8-round ditty, so we're getting very close. Gentle with yourselves. So quiet landing, smooth landing. Yeah. 3, 2, relax. Crawl. Let's go. Around that line. And the feet, the arches, for sure, getting upgraded today. I hope you feel it. Ten seconds. I'll be sure to show a trigger point therapy method for the arches at the end of this. If I forget, remind me in the comments. Here we go. Split squat, let's get it. Staying strong. Crawl. Go. This is the final crawl. Rejoice. Stay consistent, stay careful, stay minimal. Tiny, efficient moves. 15 seconds until we get that break.
completed.
Relax. And I would say today we're giving it that thorough test of sweat, like I wanted. And guess what? It's staying strong. How about that? One more 8-minute ditty. A lot less movement required for this last one. And then I will show the trigger point for the arches. Oh yeah, I'm drenched too, Mike. For sure, Jacob. I mean, look, shit, gotta bring this out. And this is a perfect moment to advertise water. Drink the hell out of it. Yeah, okay. So now we're picking the line up. We're going to use it as a handheld object. Please keep resting. The 30-second work is a wide squat. I'd like for you to tap the ground and then hop. So this is very similar to those frog or squat jumps, but now we're prioritizing the width. So for me to touch the ground, I have to deadlift a little bit. If I were narrower with the feet, then I could stay upright. But we want to be so wide that we have to deadlift a little to get to the floor. So nice and wide with a horse stance. Tap the floor, come up. Just a hop. Don't jump, don't leave the floor too far. That's our 30-second move. Our minute move, we have a similarly wide stance, maybe a little narrower than the hops. And now we're using this object to figure eight, but the figure eights are all back to front because that's our generally less comfortable side. Here, back to front, back to front, back to front. You see how much I'm moving that torso. I don't want to be upright and just shoot it, staying low, like a turret to one side, to the other, rotation, right? But we should stay low for that minute. It's going to ache in the inner thighs. And stretch. Yes, water is a wonderful supplement. Wonderful. And speaking of supplementation in this time, the Rhonda Patrick, Joe Rogan talk, discussing vitamin D and its effects in respiratory disease is quite interesting. One of the recent ones. And beside that talk, yes, we're probably getting outside a lot less because of this stay-at-home situation. So get outside a little bit, get some sun. Even if it's while you're driving around, like wear short sleeves, you know. Let the ultraviolets come on in a little bit, all right? It is an essential part of living. And now I'm just rambling to avoid the final sequence, but we should probably just do it. Starting with the wide squat hops. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide is good. We want inner thigh work and side booty work. Slowing down already. Now we have our figure eights, back to front. Get wide, hand it off. Hand it off. Hand it off. And Jacob's saying you guys are in the park right now doing this? Hell yeah. Love that. If you got internet connection out there and it's safe, That's awesome. Enjoy the outdoors. Fresh air, sunlight, birds chirping, squirrels out trying to get a nut. Velociraptors roaming the forest gleefully. The duck-billed platypus getting its morning catch. Here we go. Baby hops. Oh, this one might be worse than the split squats. I'm using the floor touch as a break. Here we go, back to front. Around the cat. Knees staying bent the whole time. Ooh. Lower back is feeling this big time. Try to keep the spine flat-ish, so really just bending at the hip instead of this whole thing. And find that efficient, low-effort method, and then figure out how to do it precisely over and over again. Lowest effort method. Get ready for the hops in 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Don't stop the hop. Always quiet landings. Gentle landings. It's lit. Boy. Wow. Great. Get him. Bringing this closer. Oh. Whew. Lower back though. Figure eights, figure eights. Lower back's getting stronger, guarantee it. For things like kayaking, wink, wink. Here we go. Hip hop. It seems like we don't stop. But we will in nearly, what, 6 minutes here. Maybe 6 minutes? Yeah, we're done in 6 minutes. Although I have proven to not be able to math over and over again. Oh, figure eights, please. Flat spine, wherever possible. Oh. Mamma mia, the musical. If you're crying too, I'm with you. You're not alone. 3, 2, pop. Great. Oh. Fail. Tight belly to protect that lower spine. Give your back muscles some support from the front side. We're supposed to bend over at the waist to get that feeling. To literally tax that ass. Glutes, lower back, hamstrings. Ah. Hops. St. Nicholas, this hurts. Figure eights. Here we go. Ah. 30 seconds. Pops in 5, 4, 3, 2, hip hop. Figure eights. Let's go. We're on the final minute. After this, we have one hop and one figure eight, and then it's over. But as always, remember, the last 10% is when we make 90% of the screw-ups. Don't let the visual of the finish line decrease your intent, nor your care, nor calmness. Stay diligent past the finish line. We're going to run through it, not to it. And there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Last hops. Try to do it consistently. I'm going to try not to take those lazy breaks that I was taking the last couple rounds. 8 seconds. Let's Stick with me. Spend the fuel. Figure eights and it's over. Let's go, 1 minute. Diligent. Through that finish line. All the way through it. That's how we do whatever the task, fitness or not. Or really everything is fitness related, health related, right? Everything we do. Has an effect. All the way to the end and beyond.
Activity completed.
You heard it. That's it. It is lit. Super lit. Got this strong tea drenched. Then a motherfucker. Very well done. Please hydrate extra today. We lost extra water. And congrats for making it through. I doubted myself many times during that. Shit, on the second cycle of squat plus calf raise and the dance moves, I was already doubting myself. But we rode the line of discomfort, pushed it just a hair, a nano hair, and here we are, 57 minutes later. Pretty killer. How about a little trigger point on the foot? Anything rigid that's either round or has corners, flat edge is great too, will work perfectly. If you have a lacrosse ball, cool. If you have a rolling pin in the kitchen at home for, like, I don't know, what do people use rolling pins for? I'm not much of a chef. Bread, pizza dough, pies, you know, those things. Rolling pin is great. Foam roller, I guess, will work. The knuckle is also a wonderful device. If you can reach the bottom of your foot, knuckle's awesome, actually. So let's show that version. Oh, if you're in the park, you guys, we're in the park. If you're by a tree that has an exposed piece of root, it's kind of that half foam roller, a narrow half foam roller. That's wonderful. Or a little rock, a little stone, maybe like on a planter, the edge of a planter. Something firm that's on the floor that has a round or a cornered chunk on it. Take the shoe off. What we're going to want to do, if we're having that thing on the floor, let me bust out. Oh, well, I have the chair here. So I'm going to show you the chair. It's all about household objects, right? So on this chair, I've got this little edge. You see? This little edge down here. And that's going to work perfectly. So I'm going to put the arch of my foot. Here's the inside edge. There's the heel. There's the tip of the toe, where it makes that curve in the middle. It's kind of meaty. That's that arch. And if you give it a seat grip and you push down with the thumb, you might find a little sensitivity. So we want to, anywhere between the meat of the heel and the ball of the foot, where the toe joints start, we're going to work in that range. And put the arch right down there on that hard line. This could be the root, the rock, the rolling pin, whatever. And I'm going to angle inward just a tad. The exact thing I don't want you to do during the squats. So I can put the pressure a little more. Can we see this? The pressure a little more on the inside edge of the foot. So not out here, but in there. Yeah. Oh, nice. And then work around that corner or that pin or that root and find where it's the most uncomfortable. You want the most pain, right? And once we get there, just put constant smothering pressure. We want to get it to like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 on the pain scale for it to be effective trigger point therapy. And then just do very, very tiny movements. Tiny massage over that area. You dig? And if you're on the rolling pin, you can literally roll it up and down with the weight on it, right? If you have none of those objects and you want to use your hand, probably a little more precise, a little more accurate. Okay, there's that arch. I'm either going to C-clamp, like so. So grabbing the outside edge of my shoe with the fingertips, so I can drive in with the thumb on that arch. If you have a foot phobia, I'm sorry, I'm doing it for your good. And then we always want to work perpendicular to the muscle fiber direction. As we can imagine, and we can probably even see there, the direction of the fibers and that are with the length of the foot. So we want to do the massage this way. That's why this works better than the rolling pin. Obviously we can't do that with the rolling pin. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to dig in towards the foot. In towards the foot. And find your spot. Maybe it's higher up, maybe it's lower down. We want to find the greatest pain. If you do, 6 to 8 strong pushes, slow with a lot of pressure, you will make a little bit of a change. You'll make an effect. Showing that other foot too. Oh, the light's a little better. That nasty foot. Oh yeah. Thumb right on the arch, somewhere in that line. I'm going to grip and I'm going to push until I find where it's the worst, where I have the most tightness or discomfort. And you can actually see the big toe moving because that's where these muscles attach, the toe flexors. All right, I found my stuff. And then I don't want to roll this way, I want to roll perpendicular. So, ooh. 6 or 8 good ones, and I'll set you free. Oh, okay. That's enough of you staring at my feet, you freaks. That was toasty. Sweating. Thanks for joining me. Tomorrow is stretch day. Adam will be with us. We're all going to open our minds and our bodies together. Sunday stretch. Oh yeah. Have a lovely day. And, smile a little bit. There's actually some research that shows we actually feel physiologically happier when we throw on a smile, even if it feels fake. So, try that. Anything goes. Oh, it's her birthday? Happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed that. Oh, we had the birthday candle for you in the screenshot. Oh yeah, how nice. It's like we knew. Brainwaves. Have a lovely day. Don't celebrate too hard, but celebrate. And see you tomorrow. It's lit!